Asif, for coming here and beautifully capturing every nuances of the book. And I was very surprised that you came with a lot of preparation and you started like with minute details of every like section of the book. And since I read the book in a very jiffy or hurry manner, so I was not able to like connect all the dots. But the way you started with this widow remarriage, and then you came to chastity thing, and then you went to love, marriage, and right to divorce, and then right to property. I think it connects all the dots, and I'm sure all of you have certain sense to this idea of women enslavement, why it is happening, and what could be the best way forward to liberate women. So I would just start with I won't speak much because he has covered every aspect of the book in quite detail, quoting Periyar most of the occasions. So I would just try to give my own assessment of the book and assessment of the you can say the personality of Periyar. So I was teaching a course in DU. The course was titled as History of Women Women History from Ancient India to Modern India. So basically, when I was teaching, so this was this course was about this gender and why the women's were like patriarchy, how this Brahmanical patriarchy comes into being. So in that like course, there were lots of reading from like Uma Chakravarti, Brahmanical patriarchy, to the Simone de Beauvoir and others like Western like scholars about gender who has written. So, but I was surprised to find that Periyar was not even mentioned. Not a single reading was prescribed in that course. So once I started reading this book, or started listening to somebody who has talked about Periyar on various channel, I found very surprising that whatever he is saying in 1920s is very much relevant to the second wave of feminism that is happening in 1960s. That means Simone de Beauvoir and other like gender, those who are writing on gender, those who are advocating for second wave of feminism. So you can say that these kind of references are coming from Periyar. Like, so the Meena Kandaswamy, who has translated this book, in his preface she is right, she is saying that maybe we are like familiar with so many level of feminism like liberal feminism, radical feminism, black feminism, eco-feminism, or Dalit feminism. But once you start reading Periyar, or once you start exploring Periyar's version of like gender, then you will definitely like have some emotional like attachment about the feminism that he's talking, and you will start like contextualizing in a context of Periyarist vision of feminism. So something like unique comes out of his version of like these kind of like feminist ideals. So basically like and like if you talk about any like social reformer or somebody like Ambedkar or Socrates or Voltaire, I think the most important thing that comes to our mind is who among them is the original thinker. I think if it comes to Indian like thinker, like Periyar is the most, I think, revolutionary, or you can say the original thinker. And somebody is rightly saying that he is not a social scientist or social physicist in some sense, but he is a social surgeon. And why people are like associating Periyar with a social surgeon? Because he is advocating for a very revolutionary thing, like liberating women or liberating caste or everything like that. That is why he is not a scientist, that is why he is not a physicist, but he is a surgeon. So I think his main like idea, that is like enslavement of women or anybody, is based on the discrimination based on caste, varna, dharma, or the women enslavement also coming from these point of view. I won't talk about the content of the book or these 10 chapters or this 10 articles which was compiled into this book, and I think he has already captured all these details. So basically what I would like to conclude by saying that I think it's very essential to read about these kind of debates or these kind of people, because they have not been addressed in like mainstream academic places or spaces. Even like many courses are on gender in universities, but you won't find Periyar's writings over there. So I think once we start discussing, then maybe we would someday, if in a position, we would like to like include all these things. So he's very relevant, and of course we need to study. Thank you. So I invite questions. I think Nasir will answer it. If somebody has questions or any like observation, or somebody wants to say about the book, they can come and have their like say. So anybody who has read the book, they might come and okay, love portion is missing. So
It was untouched.
That is the last chapter he wrote.
क्वेश्चन में लास्ट में कुछ लिखा हुआ है
Last time is he addressing this question in the end?
Because he thinks that is the weightage of it. He says that don't give so much divinity, that it is like a great thing, it is something which is undescribable, which cannot be expressed in words, between a man and a woman, which is like pure. It can come only once in your life, it can come only on one person in your life, and it cannot come to the other person, then it becomes impure. Then so much sacredness associated with it. Because whenever there is sacredness, there is another part that something is impure, and that is the root cause of all the oppression. So nothing is sacred in this world, according to Periyar's self-respect, rational concept. So he knows that love is nothing. It is an agreement. It is a mutual affection. कादर
आपको बोलना है
anecdotes is very giving one example. I think you forgot. I would like to mention it. It's very interesting about love. So what he's saying about love is like, take example of there is a path, and one woman or one girl is going every day, and she or he comes across a woman or a male or a female who is very pretty, or who looks very rich, and somebody is like smitten by that, and they go and propose. So girl asks that boy that, who are you, like where you come from? Like he is saying that, oh, I'm a very wealthy man, I live like next prince, you can say, like. So she comes to know, and she willingly like accepts his proposal. So like 5 days later, like once he tells his reality to that girl, that he's not a prince, he's just a servant son, and he was there in the park, he's coming every day. So basically he's saying that love, all this euphoria or all this philosophical profoundness goes away. Like love is nothing but is an impermanent thing, temporary thing. So basically love can expire at any extent.
Also,
Do you agree with that thought?
no, but
So he is okay. Let me complete. So love is just like any other emotion. It's like desire or expectations. It comes from the feeling of welfare, strength. Like so people can be stuck in a loveless marriage. So that is what he is saying, that if somebody is not feeling the emotional attachment or depth, they can come out anytime, because love is nothing divine or sacred. Even like I was when I was doing some seminar work on Kama Sutra. So Kama Sutra also has this chapter on love, and this Vatsyayana is very clearly saying that love is a game. So why he is saying that love is nothing divine? Like in Kama Sutra itself, love has been not given the divine status of something like profoundness or Sufi kind of feeling to love. He just saying, Vatsyayana is saying that love is a game. Somebody who knows how to play this game can easily like get into relationship with a women, or he can like court a woman. So basically love is kind of a game. So divinity kind of thing is not attached according to Periyar, and so he just treating this love as like any other emotion. So that's what I'm saying.
Do you only
Huh?
have a question?
Okay.
One of the anonymous philosophers said that love comes to those who believe it. So what's your take
But
on
what
this?
about those people who die for?
Okay, so somebody say there is this book by Paulo Coelho, okay, alchemist or something like that, and there is mentioning one incident that he became like atheist for some time. So he's quoting this Krishna wala story. So somebody is going through a woods or forest, and so there is this guy, and he comes across, and he is like he's watching something Krishna or something in his dreams. So this Paulo Coelho comes across him, and he asks him that why you are so religious, why you are always talking about Krishna and Krishna. I don't believe, I left Christianity. So he said, you are not able to see Krishna because you don't believe that Krishna can exist. So I think it's all about belief. So that's what I.
But what about when love intersects with caste? Because I heard someone say that in a caste-ridden society, love is nothing but an exchange of privileges.
That I think
As Shashank said, it's a desire or a friendship between two people. And somebody dying for love, there is also a saying that I won't die for any ideology because my ideology might change. So same thing for love. Love is, in his own words, anybody can love a man or woman only because of finding a source that satisfies their need or nature through beauty or youth or intelligence or wealth or education or music or features or parental background or usage for sexual needs and so on. When one falls in love for such reasons, he or she may be right or wrong. Either the quality might exist or it might have been a mere perception. So, if he also tells us observe the people who are in love, and you will notice that they are there because in some way, any of this is satisfied to the other person, and that may persist, that may exist for long, otherwise that may change, that may come and go. Like he compares it like a man is going to a sweet shop and getting a jalebi. It is his own wish. Likewise, love is a personal thing of two people. There is no right. The most important thing about love is there is no right for anybody, the third person, to interfere in it, to ask question on it, to give a label on it, to brand it. So that is the main thing he is coming. Like it is not for any other thing. Like there is one famous quote like in Indian marriages are done for everything except whichever is not essential for marriage. On those basis only Indian marriages are fixed. So he is telling that marriage should be an agreement between two people, and love is that can end in marriage. If it is not ending in marriage also, it is the opinion and the wish and desire of two people who are involved. There is absolutely no duty for anybody, any third person in the affairs of two people. That is love.
I think one of the most fiercest critique of Periyar, like you will like come across from any like Sanghi or anybody who doesn't like this Periyar, will always say that he married like 40 years or 35 years younger like than his, like at the age of 70 I think he married around like 25 or 35. So 35 years gap. So Meena Kandaswamy, who is like translating this book, is saying that that is the most visionary or revolutionary thing Periyar or somebody who was in the mutual relationship did, because it is taking the agency of the women. Like women has also a choice to marry like 70 years or whatever age he is. So we are just thinking from the perspective of the men, right? But it is the women choice also. The consent is also there, right? So yeah, that is one of the most important critique of Periyar. Like you will come across on the WhatsApp University, like he married like 35, 40 years younger. But look at the like consent or mutual wala.
Again, we can put the same terms into that. It is an agreement, it is an understanding between two people. There is none of any business to go into and question anything about it. That is he wrote this in 1930, and he did this after 40 years. So he lived what he told. And one interesting thing is, there are reasons told. because that time the right to succession is not there, the legal succession is not there, and Periyar has built a movement which has built from the contributions from people, and he has built a social movement, and it should not go without any responsible person. So he chose to he married for that purpose. Like that, some reasons are given. It's still unnecessary for us to talk about that. But based on that, what happened is many old social self-respect movement camps, they moved away from it, and even the founder of PNK, they founded, and there were criticism that because of this only this split happened, although there are other reasons also, because these cultural aspects play a role apart from any political reasons. So after 20 years, what happened is same DMK leader Anna, he after becoming the CM of Tamil Nadu, after 20 years, he again came back. He met Periyar and told that the whole rule is dedicated to you. Before that, DK, Dravida Kazhagam and DMK were like opposite. That Periyar will criticize DMK vehemently in support of Kamaraj, who was the Congress chief minister at that time. Because Kamaraj is from a very, very backward community. Like there are untouchables. Kamaraj is from a community which is considered unseeable. So when he became the chief minister, Periyar felt that it is his need to support Kamaraj, and DMK was the opponent, so he criticized. And after once Anna got the power, he dedicated the rule to Periyar, and he also at that time he confessed to Maniamaya, his wife, that we didn't understand properly. Yes, the way what was happening, that because of you, because of this mutual understanding between you and Periyar, he was made to live a long life, like a healthy life, and he contributed much. And what happened is not only his wife is not only a caretaker of Periyar, he was the leader of the Dravida Kazhagam after the demise of Periyar. And Maniamaya, she is the first, probably the first woman to lead any rational movement in the whole world. When you see that the superstitions, religion, and customs are extremely tied to women, in that aspect, you see, this is the greatest thing that she led national movement, a self-respect movement, an atheist movement in the whole world. So probably she is the first woman to do it. And she's not only, she connected Ram and Leela. We can see Ram Leela and now. she connected Ram and Leela. Like Ravana is considered Tamil king, and the story is that it's an oppression of Aryans against Tamils. So she connected Ram and Leela as a response to that, and she was a very reverend leader. And but Shashank said when you have nothing to criticize, you slander people. So till today, the minds are not only Periyar is talking about enslavement of women. We need to talk about the enslavement of these minds, which are talking about this thing in this in today's time, that they are enslaved to the religions and political the customs and other things, whatever is there. There is other aspect of this. Our politics is also about uprooting whatever is there, including.
Shall we like wind up?
Any questions?